Hello guys, Fix here. So today with another video, and what will be? Right, this car is already in my house, let's say this is true, about a month. So the guy at the moment is on holiday in Portugal, and so he asked me to change the cam belt, and he did have some leaks on injectors, so I changed the seals. And now I have the last task to do before I deliver the car to his house on a Saturday, is the reverse sensors. So this is a Golf 2012 2-liter diesel, and is a GTD version. It's quite quick car. I like driving it. It's so quick. It's a small car for a big engine. So today I have to fit the sensor. So of course, like you can see, there's no sensors on it, but that's no problem. So we will try now to see the best way. So I just will see a picture online quick and see the best way to put the sensors on it. I believe will be somewhere in here and here, but of course you have to make sure the measures will be accurate. Exactly what you will do on this side have to be matched to that side, because otherwise will be everything messed up. Okay, so and this is the sensors. So my garage is a mess, guys, so don't look it. So this is the sensors we got. So that's the paperwork and stuff. So in here we got black sensor, so that's the color of the car, and we got the wires in here, what we need. We got the buzzer, the speaker here, and this is the drill bit. Okay, so that's it. That's what we will use it to drill the bumper, and this is the box. You will control. Even you can, well, this one is only for 4 sensors and the buzzer. Some of them you can put on the front as well. I did already some jobs on a Galaxy on the front, and we got the display inside and everything. It looks nice. But today we'll be on a rear side only. So what do we have to do now? So I will put the camera on a tripod, and then I will show you the way I'm doing. So I will put some kind of tape on a bumper, and then I just will mark, and then I have to measure this side. So from here to the wheel to the sensor, how much will be. So I have to do exactly the same on that side, and then I have to do the height as well from here to there, so they will be all in level. Okay, so I will put the camera now in a tripod, and we will see how we to do. And of course you have to make sure in here inside of the bumper you don't have nothing to disturb the sensors, like let's say you got the bar in here, and it always is some space, but just have a look first before you drill. Okay, so we will have a look this on a second. So let's start. Right, so what I see in the picture I think is a picture before this part, from another car, original sensors how was fitted on the factory. So like you see is somewhere in here. Okay, so this is where we will drill for the sensors here in the middle. Okay, and the other side as well, so I will put the camera later there, you will see it. Now the other one is more tricky, because the other one, so one is here and another one is here on the corner. So if you see the corner of this light, this reflector I mean, so this is where the sensor will be. So you see it will be on the corner. This is a little bit tricky for the sensors, aftermarket sensors, but it should be fine. So we will try to drill in here, so and in here, and then it should be okay, because I can't put the sensor too close in here. I could, and I think probably will be the best way, because on the corners it will be a little bit strange, because the sensors we bought is, well, it's for lots of cars, yeah, and normally we just fit them in surface like that, plain surface. So here is goes a little bit of corner in here, so yes. What I will do in here, so this is a tape the painters they use for paint the cars. This don't scratch your bumper, this is fine, so if you put it, it's not will damage anything. Okay, so now what I have to do in here is something like that. So I know that another sensor is somewhere in here. I will fit the sensor in here in this area. So here is fine. I think it's a little bit high from original car, original sensors, but that's the way they put it. I will put exactly the same. So the sensors will be in here. Okay, so I will start, this tape can go somewhere in here. Okay, and now I just do like that. Okay, so that's the place where we will work our sensors, okay? Okay. So I know one will be somewhere here, okay? Close to this. Don't drill too close in here, because otherwise you will damage the bumper. Just give a space, like 2 centimeters, or 1 centimeter and a half. 2 centimeters is fine. And just drill in here, okay? And another one, I will drill in here. So this is the first part I will do, okay? So after this part be drilled and everything is in here, I will do exactly the same. So I have to measure from here to here, and then from this light, from the gap of this light in here to here, and from here to here. So then I will get exactly the same measures to the other side, yeah? So when you look from the back, everything seems to line up. Okay, so what I will do in here, I need to grab a pen. Okay, so I will put this a little bit closer. So we know what I said before, so in here, so I will drill. I'm happy with this space in here, okay? I'm happy with that. But of course, if you do this job, you can put more a little bit to this side, more a little bit, but the thing is the sensors, they need some space like that. Like 30 centimeters away or 25, depends what kind of car it is really. It doesn't really matter. This is only for reverse, it's nothing else. They don't will drive the car by themselves for you. That would be nice. So now the other sensor I'm planning to put here. So if I will grab the camera now, so then you can see you got one sensor will be in here and you got another sensor will be in here. So if you see on the picture, another sensor is more in here, but because I think this sensor will be a little bit awkward in this position, I will just put a little bit more here in this side, okay? Yes, so I'm happy with that. So now we have to copy the same side on that side. So like I will put the camera now away, okay, for that side. And now we will try to do exactly the same what I did in here. So start with, we have to measure this from this edge in here to here. If one piece of wire it will be accurate, is fine. Or if you got a ruler, you can use a ruler or something else. So what I will do, I will measure from here to here. I know from here to here, but of course I need this measure first, because in here I will get the same space, okay? I know roughly how this will be, but I want you do this at home, careful. The camera angle today is not the best, but so I can guarantee to you that will be my spot. And we will measure. Okay. So then what I will do, I will measure this one in here and cross, the same measure as that one, and this one in here, the same that one. So what I will do from that side, so when I measure in here the cross, I will measure in that side how many to this sensor in here, how many centimeters to this sensor. And then I can make a cross, but then to see the level, if it will be exactly the same as another one, I will use the edge of the light. I don't know if you can see the light, not really, but if I do like that, so we can use the edge in here from this light to where the sensor will be. So, and we do exactly the same on this side. Like you can see, light edge from here to the X, then I know how much it is, okay? So I will do my measures and we come back in a second. Okay, so I did my measures. So like you can see, I have to put some more tape in here because this one here was a little bit more lower than that side. So like you can see, I got the axis in here, so I will show you. So one sensor in here, one sensor in here, another sensor will be there, another one will be there. Okay, so like you can see, I was measured, and this is the first dot, so it was a little bit up, so I have to measure from the light, and then it came down in here. So that's the spot I need to drill, and that one. So if we see from the back, of course it's small access, but you can see where the reflector light on my bottom finish, and that one exactly the same. So I'm happy with the result. So now what I have to do, I just want to give you advice here before you do something like that, is measure 5 times, make sure your measures is correct before you drill. Because when you drill, game over. If you make a mistake, you damage the bumper, okay? And then you have to take for a shop, or they put some filler and repair the damage you done. Measure twice or 5 times, even I will say 10 times, make sure all the spaces is accurate and exactly the same to both sides. If you are happy, if the sensor is in here the way I am, I'm happy with that. And the soon you see you happy with the results and all the measures line up, okay? So because what I use these spaces in here, and I use a piece of wire, like this is some old wire, and so everything is spot on. So the measures from the light to that X is exactly the same to the measures to that light in there, okay? And here I just measure from here, from the beginning of the bumper in this side, if the wire, so that X is exactly the same level as that one, and from here to there is exactly the same measure as here to there, okay? Exactly the same. So you have to make sure you can use a tape or a ruler, what you want to use is fine. So now is the moment of the truth. So I have to drill the bumper, so let's go then. I got the machine charging. Just put the bit. Okay, so you have to do this very slow. I have to select, let me see if I can select this too. Just have to go slow. So you have to drill on the middle of the axis. In my case will be like that. It depends the way you will do, but you have to be confident to do this kind of stuff, yeah? So in here is nothing in there, here is nothing there, I think it's fine. So we will start this first one in here, so I will put the camera in here. So this is the first X, and be careful when you drill, don't push too hard, just go slow, and then the machine eventually the bit go through. So here we go. Like you can see, I go very slow and it's going. So I go very slow because if you press too hard, when this bit goes in, you can scratch the bumper around, okay? So yeah. Oops. This is all come apart. Let's try again. So you see? Do you see the drill bit? It's already in. See? So you have to be careful. Now you just can pull. There we go. A perfect hole. So of course now you can take this tape away, very slow. Okay, so yes. Like you can see, it's plenty of space. Look, my finger goes in. Sorry, the camera was away. My finger goes all in, so it's plenty of space for filter sensor in here. So one hole is complete, so I'm happy with that. So now we have to drill in here on this side, so and then we will do the other ones. So just we'll put the camera in here so you can see that side how it will be. Only sometimes this in here to take actually come easy, the plastic you see from the bumper. Right, so this one, that's the same like the other one, guys, so that very gentle. I do this kind of stuff for 10 years already, so oh Jesus. See, I go a little bit fast on that one, but it's fine because I go straight. So just start now. There you go. So now this old tape, very slow, do not damage the paint. Look at that. Look at that. I like when my work works perfect. Well, I mean when my work looks beautiful. Cool. Like you can see, we got already, even you can see on the camera, they're invisible. But yes, they are here. You can see they are here and another one here. So yes, so now only for try. So we will fit a sensor on it. Just clean this bits in. There's some plastic on it, but the sensor will cover. I want to see how this sensor will looks in here because I try make this perfect. So let's try that one. Is another video come soon, guys, about the insignia, a strange noise the car develops. So I find out what was causing that sound. So stay tuned for that video. Okay, so that's the sensor. Okay, so the sensors, they got like an edge. So this edge have to stay like that. Okay, this edge go down. Don't put the sensors like that. They are like that. So put the cable in. Just be careful on the exhaust side, okay? For the wires. Don't let the wires touch on exhaust because otherwise you will have a problem. Your wires will melt. And this guy likes speed, so then I can pick up the wire. You can take the wires away when you go down the car behind the bumper, so you can organize everything nicely. So let's see. It's in here. Look at that. Perfect. Now let's see this side here, how it will look like. When you drill on the corners, it's a little bit, well, it's tricky because you will ask yourself like, oh, this will line up correctly in here, the sensor don't will stay strange or will come out. Well, of course, if you go in the safari parks and whatever, if you go through the monkeys, well, goodbye to your sensors because the monkeys will take this off. Even the kids can take this off. Okay, so this side goes down then. Oh my god, this is perfect. Look at that. No gaps. I'm happy with them. Of course, the original car, one is here and another one is more here, more for this side. Because here is the corner of the bumper, so I just move a little bit for this side. It will works fine the way it is. Okay, so now you have to do the other side. So it's the same procedure of this one, so I don't will film this. And the next bit will be the electrical bit, the connection, and where we will pass through the cables from the sensors. Okay, so we come back in a second. So okay, the sensors, they are in place. Just have to hide because it's the number plate on it. And then the wires is ready there down. Just have to organize them and to go inside the boot. So inside the boot now, I will show you how you have to do. So in here, I think we will have a little bit of problem, and I can show you why. Because I believe the reverse light will be in here on the tailgate. So now we have to discover each cable on this side. So you see they are inside in here. So each cable is the reverse light to connect to that box. The only problem I got now is I have to check the wire color because my meter is broken. So if we go in here, this is the reverse bulb, okay? So I just see how it comes off. Okay, just leave it alone. So we know this yellow cable is the positive and the brown is the negative, but the negative I don't really have any concern about it because we can plug to the chassis of the car. Some metal, some bits will be inside connected, we just get that. But plus, so we need this wire. This one is all white, so we know the wire will come in here is yellow. So we have to see inside, or maybe get in here, take this seal out and connect to the yellow. So we will see how we will do this. So I will come back soon. Right, so another thing is, now we need a place to put through the wires. And well, we got two ways to do. Number one is just put the wires all together, all the four sensors in one, and just put out from that plug. So this plug, if you take it off, it's a little bit tricky because there's a big tape on it. Let's check that side. I probably have to remove the carpet a bit, but so you know what I mean. So this plug have to come off, yeah, and all the wires will come through there. Or I can send two sensors in this side and two sensors in this one. I don't know really how we'll do this yet, but this is what we have to do. And then I have to take this carpet a little bit away, and I have to check any negative side. It's a little bit blurry in this side. And I have to check the negative side on the chassis in here to plug the box. So, and now I have to see as well how we'll get the positive from there. But we will see the easy way to do it. Sometimes when you do jobs like that, you need to take a car a little bit apart and some bits off. And so what I did, so this is the wire, I just found the wire. And the good thing is, if you see in here, you got numbers on it. So this one is, focus, 106, the wire I'm looking for the reverse light. And then here in the socket, I found the number 106. So that's very clever from Volkswagen, so they can label the wires, it's easy to work on. So like you see, I plug already the positive wire, and the negative is already there. If you can see, it's a little bit dark in there, sorry guys. So like you can see, is there, okay, attached to the earth. Okay, and the plug is here. Okay, so this is probably the more difficult part to do, is the connection, because you have to take some bits off from the car, but so far everything goes well. Right, okay, so I did found something in here like a rubber on this side, so this side will help us. But it's a problem. You see already I passed already a cable, but you will say, no, how the hell we do this if I'll take the bumper off? This is what I will teach you now. Okay, so I will show you the way I did. So of course it's a little bit tricky, but if you got something like that, like a wire like that, okay, so what I done, just put the wire through the hole, and then you will see the wire will come in here somewhere. Okay, so I just found the wire. So there you see, the wire is here. So now what I do is just put here on a plug. Just a little bit more the cable around. And then in here on the head. Okay, so like you can see. Okay, so now what I have to do is pull this wire very slow. There you go. And the wires is inside the car. So like you can see, there's lots of easy ways to do it. And then we have to make sure the wires is not in here, in the exhaust, they're not. They're all in a bumper in here. So that's it. So for the other sensors you do exactly the same. Of course this cable's in this side in here, you have to just pull it in here, and you got some metal shields on the bottom. So just pass these wires in here and then you can push through all in this side and all will connect in there, like you can see. Okay, so almost done guys, almost. So guys, that's it. The installation is complete. The speaker is there, all the wires is there. Okay, so put some silicone on it for don't come water or something like that, and the box is there. Okay, so now what I have to do, just for a trial. Okay, so I will close this. Okay, so just I need to grab the key. Without the key we can do nothing. So like you can see guys, even I will push now the car a little bit further, so more in a day, then we can see better the results. Okay. Perfect. Just I forgot something. You know, sometimes when you work on cars, is normally you can forget things like that. Put the plug in place. That's it. So, let's try now. Okay, so just turn off the radio. Just will close the garage door. You can hear the beep. So, like you can see, everything is working. If altimeter, we discovered the cable, of course, was easy because the cables got numbers on it. In some of the cars, you really will need a meter. So if you can get a meter to do jobs like that, will be easier. And I believe that's the end of the video. So I hope I did help you. Of course, there's lots of videos online about this, but today I was working this Volkswagen. It's the last job I got. I said, okay, I will do that now. So I did, and yeah, so it's done. So the owner now can pick up the car. Well, actually, I have to take the car tomorrow to his house because he's still in Portugal. So, yes, I hope you like the video. So if you like the video, please put a thumbs up. If you not like, please just say why, and the next time I can improve. Of course, there's another bit to do that, and probably some of the people will say the sensors is a little bit close to each other. Well, that's the best way I found to do it, because if I will put too much on a curve, the sensor don't will sit properly, and then the way it is, the sensors is all fine. So no gaps. So yeah, I fit already lots of sensors in lots of cars and never have a problem. And like you see, they working, they fine. You got the mirrors as well to look where you go, and this is just to let you know if you are close to the wall. So I think it's done. So this is a nice car actually. I like this car. It's a very quick car. Well, yeah, this is a Golf, Volkswagen. So stay tuned now for the next video. Will be a Volkswagen Insignia about a strange sound. So stay tuned for that one.